Okay, progressive youth and communist youth today more than ever understand which important points in the development of mankind was the October Revolution. It actually became the beginning of the transition from capitalism to a more progressive social and economic formation. The socialist revolution was theoretically substantiated in the works of Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels. To put it into practice was destined to the Russian Bolsheviks under the leadership of our comrade Vladimir Ilyich Lenin. Okay, estimations of the role of the Great October Socialist Revolution in today's Russia, they differ pretty much. Okay, we've got those who value the ideas and the results of the Great October Socialist Revolution, but there are also those who oppose the ideas of the revolution, and okay, this split in this relation to the Soviet past in our country occurred according to the class principle. It is the representatives of the bourgeois circles who today are trying to slander the greatest events of our past. In modern Russia, considerable propaganda forces are thrown on the falsification of Soviet history and history of the revolution. Unfortunately, the anti-communist circles continue to maintain their dominant position in many areas like politics, economy, and in the information and in cultural spheres. Today, for every thinking person, the non-spontaneous character of the socialist revolution is obvious. Its inevitability long before October was justified by Lenin, and who creatively developed the Marxist theory. Lenin drew the conclusion that the emergence of weak links in the capitalist chain, it is in them that the chain of capitalism can be broken. The socialist revolution can initially win only a few countries or even in one country. The outstanding achievements of the Bolsheviks were expressed not only in the economic breakthrough. National oppression was destroyed, and a unique community, the Soviet people, was created. Representatives of all nationalities of the USSR participated in the building of socialism. The Great October Socialist Revolution doesn't have only a Russian dimension. It became a worldwide event. By the 10th anniversary of October, Joseph Stalin wrote, "The October Revolution cannot be regarded merely as a revolution within national bounds. It is primarily a revolution of an international world order, for it signifies a radical turn in the world history of mankind, a turn from the old capitalist world into the new socialist world. The first victory of socialism on our planet had a decisive influence on the world historical process. An example was given which was followed in many countries. An extremely powerful impulse was given to the national liberation movement of the oppressed peoples. It became possible for them to be liberated from colonial slavery. No doubt, the Great October Socialist Revolution and Lenin's ideas are far from being only a Russian property. They belong to the whole mankind. Long live the Great October Socialist Revolution. Long live the revolutionary process."